switched over on my Instagram for you to ask me any questions, comments, concerns, literally anything that you want to know, and I am here to answer them. So if you want to participate in my next Q&A, or if there's anything that you've been dying to ask, you can just follow me over on Instagram. Like I said, I do these every couple months, so it's never too long before there's a new one. Let's get into all these questions. How do you find a balance of when to be selfish and when to be selfish with you and your friends? This is a great question because this was something that I really had to think about and kind of hone in on when I got back to school this past year. So the biggest thing for me is deciphering what's important, what's not important, what mentally I can take and what I mentally can't take. For example, if a friend's gonna ask to borrow a shirt, like, do I want to leave my apartment? Probably not. But if it's gonna make my friend's life easier and if it's gonna make me be a better friend, then sure, I'm gonna do it. If I have the time, why not? Let's say someone's asking me to go out that night or something and I just really don't feel like it, or I have homework to do, or I'm just busy, or I just don't feel like it, because that is a 100% okay answer as well. That is when I say, hey, sorry, I actually can't tonight. Hey, I'm actually not in the mood to go out right now, blah, 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 whatever. Finding what's important, finding what's not important. If it's something that's gonna make my friend's life a little bit easier and I can do it for them, then yeah, I'm gonna do it. There also is a clear line and a very, again, harsh line of where I say, okay, but I can't do that. Okay, I really can't do this tonight. What tattoos are you planning to get in the future? This question rattles in my mind literally all the time because I want so many tattoos and I always have so many ideas. I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna get it next week, and then I just never go and get it. And I think it's because when I was younger, like right when I turned 18 and I was legally able to go get tattoos, I used to just go. Like one time I got like 4 tattoos in one sitting and I just had no second thoughts. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go get a tattoo. And now I think more critically about the things that I do and the choices that I make, which obviously is how you're supposed to like evolve as you get older. Like, you're supposed to think like this. I used to just be so impulsive and I used to just go and get it, and now I feel a little bit more reserved and a little bit more like, hey, let's think about this a little bit more. But one of the tattoos that I really do want to get is this Harry Potter tattoo. So it's like an open book and it has little dragons and like Harry Potter things flying out of it, and I think it's so beautiful. And the picture that I showed, that's actually one from Pinterest. So if I was to get this tattoo, I would probably go to a tattoo artist and have them like mock something up, or like kind of use my ideas, take their ideas and like put it all together. Like, I wouldn't get this exact tattoo, but just like a variation of it. Where do you want to travel to in 2022? So I feel like if I answer this question, I'm gonna give away what I'm doing and where I'm going in 2022. I have like 5 or 6 really fun long trips booked. Like, I'm really excited for it. My entire summer is going to be a traveling summer. Like, I don't really have that much time at home, so I'm really looking forward to that. Not because I'm not gonna be home, like I'm gonna be with my family, but because, you know, just like getting new experiences and getting to see new things. So I don't want to give too much away, but Europe. I'm looking forward to traveling to Europe in 2022. Has marriage seemed to become a scarier topic as you've become older? Honestly, yes and no. Yes, because now that I'm in my 20s, and that's crazy to say, but like being in your 20s, you always hear older people talk about their 20s. And a lot of the time people say, oh yeah, I got married in my 20s. I had a baby in my 20s. I did this in my 20s. Like, I just feel like the 20s is such a wide range of things that you could possibly do that is a little bit creepy and a little bit scary to think about. Like, I'm in my 20s. By the end of this, I could possibly be married. Like, that's crazy. It also doesn't feel scary right now because also as I'm getting older, I'm kind of seeing how unrealistic my ideas of marriage and things were when I was younger. Like, I remember being like 15, 16 and being like, okay, I'm gonna be married by 26. I guess yes and no. Like, yes, because it seems crazy that could happen in my 20s, but no, because I don't really care about it right now. I don't think about marriage. I don't think about those type of things. Like, I try to very much live in the present, and if I am thinking about the future, if I'm being honest with you, it's never about marriage, it's never about kids, it's always about my own personal like career goals or things that I want to do. I don't know. If you're in your 20s, let me know what you think about it, because like I don't know, I just don't think about marriage. What are your other career interests besides TV and film? So yes, I'm getting a degree in film, and I'm very thankful and grateful to have had the opportunity to be getting a degree in the first place. But I will say, like, film is not the top of my career goals. Other things that I'd really enjoy doing is writing a book. I would love to be a full-time content creator and just really have creative control and be able to share my work. Other than like those 2 things, which they are big things, it's not like it's small to write a book or small to be like a YouTuber, but other than those things, everything else does really lie in film. But I feel like right now at this point in life, my main goals are finding things that are gonna set me financially free, where I'm gonna have all the time in the world and I'm gonna have creative control over everything. If you didn't go to Howard, where do you think you would attend school at? This is a crazy question that I have no clue what the answer to it is, because when I was a senior in high school and I was applying to colleges and kind of figuring out what I wanted, it is so much different than what I would have chosen for myself now. Things that I'm interested in, the things that I'm really like focused on, I think are very different than when I was a senior in high school. So I think that would very much influence the decision. But because I'm in college now and I'm not going to go to any more college after this, I don't look at schools now and I don't look at them and think like, oh, I would have liked to go there. But for the time being, when I was a senior in high school, like Howard was the best choice for me and still is the best choice for me. Why did I just like hesitate saying that? But I just don't know. I don't know what the other options would have been. Like I said, senior year me was not the same me now, and me now doesn't look at colleges, so I don't really know which ones I'd even be into. But that's an interesting question that I just don't know the answer to. How did you get back into reading? I got back into reading because I read Harry Potter. I watched all the Harry Potter movies and I was really into them, and it was my first time, and I kind of felt like this like new spark of something that I had never felt before. I just felt I'm laughing. I just felt like alive when I watched Harry Potter, and I felt like, oh my gosh, like, whoa, this is like a crazy world. This is a beautiful world. I need to know more about it. So I decided to read the books, and after reading the books, I was like, oh my god, I'm in this for the long haul. Like, I just find so much value in reading, and I find that it's so special, and there's so many different aspects to it that I really admire. How you can just enter different worlds and like get all these new experiences through reading. So it was really just finding the value in reading that like sparked my new interest for it. Do you have any tips for people who are starting YouTube? I think the biggest tip I could give you is consistency, because if you go back to like my first couple videos, they were completely trash. Like the editing sucked, they were hella long, there was no like cool music to it. I didn't know how to do anything. But the more that I kept filming, the more that I kept editing, the more that I kind of figured out what I like to do, they got so much easier and my content got that much better. And I'm actually really happy with all the videos that I've been producing lately. Consistency, practice, knowing that like it will get better. If you could redo your life and only change one thing, what would it be and why? Ooh, oh my gosh. I know this sounds like a cliche answer, but truthfully, I wouldn't change anything. Like, there has been some effed up things that I've gone through and, you know, effed up people that I've encountered and stuff, but like I would not change any of it, because truthfully, this is so cliche. Like, I know you hear this all the time, but like I truly do believe this, and I truly do believe that everything happens for a reason, and I 100% believe that like the universe and the world only shows you things that you're ready for, and it only gives, takes, reveals things that you're prepared for, things that you're ready for. And like I said, it was for a reason, and it was to grow, and it was to morph me into who I am now, and I absolutely love who I'm becoming and who I'm growing into. So I wouldn't change anything. Like, yes, some parts of life have sucked and I've had to go through things, but like I wouldn't change any of it. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Ooh, okay, 5 years from now I'll be 25. 25, oh my god. Either having traveled the world already or be in the process of traveling the world. I see myself being financially free. I see myself being creatively fulfilled, and I see myself being happy. I just see myself being someone who like has everything that they've ever wanted. I think that's going to happen for me because of what I'm doing now, and because I'm putting in the work now, and because I'm focusing on myself, and because I'm just like taking the extra steps now to get to where I want to be by then. What are your post-college plans? If I have this one thing that I'm about to say, everything else will just be extra. So this thing that I want is just to have faith that things are working out. I want to be able to know that like I'm on the right track, that I'm doing the right thing. I feel like a lot of people post-grad go through that like little transformation period where they don't know what they're doing. There's so much pressure. It's like, oh my god, did I major in the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Like, what am I doing with my life? Blah, 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 blah. And like, I just want to bypass all of that. I don't want to have to deal with any of those feelings. Like, if I can just feel content and feel like I know what I'm doing and feel like, hey, I'm actually doing something with this life that I've been given, all the X amount of subscribers, X amount of money, X amount of places I've been, like all that little extra stuff will just be extra stuff. It'll just be little sprinkles on top. It won't be like the main event for me, but I really just want to feel secure and like feel like I got this, like I have it down packed. If you were to direct a movie, what would it be called and what would it be about? This would be on the internet. Like, literally anyone can steal the idea, so like I can't say it, but I would love to direct a film adaptation of a book that I wrote, because I feel like so many book to film adaptations like never, like they're always missing that little thing, you know what I mean? Like I feel like they're always missing like those context clues and like those really special things about the book. They never make it into the movie, so I kind of want to change that narrative, and especially it's going to be my book that's going to be made into a movie. Like, it has to be done right. I would love to direct the book that I write. I think that'd be amazing. Are you afraid of being unsure? Yes and no. I say yes because obviously, like, from my day-to-day life, like when I'm just going through the motions of things, it could feel worrisome to be like, oh my god, like I don't know what's gonna happen when I graduate. Oh my gosh, I don't actually know if like YouTube's gonna take off. Oh my gosh, I don't know what it's gonna be like when I do this or that, like, you know what I mean? Like there's always that little fear in the back of my mind when I'm doing my day-to-day tasks. But when I wake up in the morning, when I go to sleep at night, at the end of the day, I am not afraid of being unsure because I trust the universe and I trust that there's something stronger guiding me that's gonna bring me exactly where I need to be. And like I said earlier, you're only shown things, you're only told, revealed, exposed to things that like you are ready for. So even if I'm unsure, I know that like what I need will come to me when it needs to come to me. And yes, I don't know what's gonna happen, but like I'm eager to see it because I know that it's gonna be in my best interest and I trust that it is going to be what's best for me at the time. So yes and no, but I'm trying to get to a point where I can just say no, that I'm not worried about being unsure. I'm trying to get to a point where I can think deeply about it and still have that faith and trust that like everything's gonna work out. Best thing about this semester. I think the best thing about this semester was the friendships that I made. Delaney, that's my best friend. We've been best friends since March before college. That who is still my best friend, still like my main point of contact best friend. We both formed this like great relationship with other two girls. Both of their names are Jada, but they've like made appearances in like all my videos recently. But we have just created this really great friendship of the four of us. We call ourselves JJ in the DM. Jada, Delaney, and Maya. And we're all so completely different, but it still like meshes in this like beautiful way. And I think that has been the best part of this semester because I'm not someone who has all these friends and I'm not gonna say I'm reserved, but like I don't just like readily go and make best friends with new people, you know? It did take a little bit for all of us to really grow close to each other. And I think that's also why our friendship is so special because, you know, we didn't just become like, oh my god, okay, we're gonna be best friends. Like we had to grow into best friends and we had to really learn who we all are. And we've only been friends for like a couple months now, but like I really do see like longevity in our friendship. So I think that's been the best thing of this semester was like finding my little girl group because I really do love them. How are you mentally? Mentally, I'm actually doing very well, like a lot better than I have in the past. Last year when we were in quarantine, I mentally was not okay, but I thought I was okay. So like I really wasn't doing anything to feel better because like I said, I thought I was fine. But then now that I mentally actually do feel good, I kind of see what the problems were. Like last year I had so much anxiety. I had so many like worrisome thoughts all the time and so much like, oh my god, like all the time. And like I just don't have that anymore. I feel very like calm and secure and just like ready for what life is gonna throw at me. Like I don't really have these fears anymore that I used to have. So I think that's been a big improvement on my mental health, which again, like I didn't even realize that it was weighing on me until now. I just feel so much freer. I think a huge part of that has been like going on my spiritual journey and kind of figuring out what I believe in and what, not just what, but how I want to live my life and how and what I want to guide my life and how I want to look at things and this perspective that I want and who I want to end up being. Especially like being 20, I'm still young. There's like so much more ahead of me. Like I really just want to go into all of it in a very nice mental state and be very clear mentally. So that's really what I'm working on. But I do feel okay and I feel like, again, excited, and I feel like there's so much to look forward to. So thank you for asking. And yeah, so that's actually going to be all the questions that I answered today. So thank you to anyone who submitted a question. I hope you enjoyed. Throws up a heart. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. I post videos every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m. so it's never too long before there's a new video for me. So that is going to be the end of this, and I'll see you in my next one.